Genoa City is about to be shaken by a revelation that could destroy families, rewrite old alliances, and force Billy Abbott to finally face a truth he never expected. For weeks, Billy has been chasing answers, believing that the Chancellor situation is his chance to reclaim what he thinks belongs to his family. But what happens when the truth he discovers is not the victory he imagined? Could a shocking DNA revelation change the way Billy sees Lily, Jack, and the entire Abbott family forever? And while Billy celebrates what he believes is a major win, Sally Spectra is starting to see something very different. She doesn't see a victory. She sees danger. She sees obsession. She sees a man who may be pushing himself toward another devastating mistake. Meanwhile, Tracy Abbott is proving that even after heartbreak and betrayal, life can still bring unexpected surprises. A simple girl's night turns into a reminder that new beginnings are always possible. Today, we're breaking down everything happening in Genoa City, Billy's emotional journey, Jack's possible reaction, Lily's fight for Chancellor, Sally's growing concerns, and the shocking twists that could change the young and the restless forever. So stay until the end because the final moments could reveal the biggest emotional conflict yet. The world of the young and the restless has always been built on secrets, family battles, and shocking discoveries. In Genoa City, the truth rarely stays hidden forever. Every secret eventually finds its way into the light, and when it does, the consequences can be unforgettable. Right now, Billy Abbott believes he has finally found the answer he has been searching for. The Chancellor battle has become more than just a business fight. For Billy, it has become personal. He believes he is protecting his family's legacy. He believes he is correcting a wrong that has existed for years. But the problem with fighting for the truth is that sometimes the truth reveals things you were never prepared to face. And that is exactly where Billy's emotional journey becomes complicated. The biggest question is not only whether Billy can win the battle for Chancellor. The bigger question is, will Billy still feel like a winner after he discovers the full story behind the people involved? Billy Abbott has always been one of Genoa City's most unpredictable characters. He is passionate, emotional, and willing to fight when he believes something is wrong. But Billy's biggest strength has often been his biggest weakness. His emotions drive him. When Billy believes someone has betrayed his family, he does not simply walk away. He investigates. He confronts. He fights. That is exactly what has happened with Chancellor. Billy discovered information connected to a past agreement involving John Abbott and Chancellor, leading him to believe that the Abbott family may have a stronger claim than anyone realized. The discovery has changed everything. Instead of seeing Chancellor as just another company, Billy sees it as a symbol of family, history, and justice. But there is another side to this story. Lily and Kane are not willing to surrender. They believe Chancellor is worth fighting for, and they believe Billy's actions could destroy something that belongs to more than just one family. This creates a powerful emotional conflict because both sides believe they are right. And when both sides believe they are fighting for justice, nobody wants to be the person who backs down. One of the most emotional possibilities surrounding this storyline is the idea of a DNA discovery that forces everyone to look at their relationships differently. In soap operas, DNA results are never just about science. They are about identity. They are about family. They are about answering questions that characters have carried for years. Imagine Billy standing there, believing he understands the entire situation, only to receive information that completely changes his perspective. What if the truth connects people in a way nobody expected? What if someone Billy thought was an opponent turns out to be someone who has always been connected to him? And what if Jack Abbott, the man who has always carried the weight of the Abbott name, finds himself overwhelmed by the emotional impact of the results? A moment between Jack and Lily could become one of the most powerful scenes because Jack understands what family means. Jack knows that blood, history, and love can create complicated relationships. Sometimes the people who surprise us the most become the people who matter the most. A DNA result would not simply answer a question. It could create new questions. Jack Abbott has always been the emotional foundation of the Abbott family. He has seen his family experience victories, losses, betrayals, and painful secrets. But one thing has always remained clear. Jack values family above everything. If Billy discovers a truth that changes how he views Lily, Kane, or the Chancellor situation, Jack could become the person who helps everyone understand what really matters. Because for Jack, winning a business battle is not the same as winning in life. Companies can be rebuilt. Money can be replaced. But broken relationships are much harder to repair. A powerful emotional scene between Jack and Lily could remind everyone that behind every corporate battle are real people with real feelings. While Billy believes he is finally achieving his dream, Sally Spectra is starting to worry. Sally has supported Billy through difficult moments, but she also knows his history. She knows that Billy has a tendency to become consumed by revenge and proving himself. And now she sees something familiar happening again. Billy is not just fighting for Chancellor. He is emotionally invested. Too emotionally invested. The latest developments have Sally questioning whether this victory is actually worth the cost. She wants Billy to succeed. She wants him to feel respected. But she also wants him to recognize when a battle starts destroying the person fighting it. Sally's concern is understandable because she knows that Billy's biggest battles are often not against other people. They are against himself. While chaos surrounds Chancellor, Tracy Abbott is experiencing something completely different. A night out with friends reminds Tracy that life can still bring happiness after heartbreak. Tracy, Christine, and Nina share laughter, memories, and emotional conversations about everything they have survived. The night becomes more than just drinks and conversation. It becomes a celebration of friendship. Tracy's interaction with a charming bartender creates a fun reminder that love and happiness can appear when people least expect it. After everything Tracy has experienced, seeing her open herself to new possibilities is refreshing. Sometimes the strongest characters are not the ones who never get hurt. They are the ones who get hurt and still choose to move forward. Genoa City is about to experience another emotional storm, and this time, Billy Abbott may finally be forced to face a truth that changes everything he thought he knew. For years, Billy has carried the weight of family expectations, painful mistakes, and the constant need to prove himself. But now, as the battle over Chancellor reaches a dangerous new level, Billy discovers information that could completely change the way he sees his family, his enemies, and even himself. A shocking revelation connected to the Abbott family could bring tears, forgiveness, and an emotional moment nobody saw coming. Meanwhile, Sally Spectra is beginning to notice something disturbing. While Billy believes he is finally winning, Sally wonders if he is actually heading toward another heartbreaking mistake. At the same time, Tracy Abbott experiences a surprising new chapter in her life, proving that even after years of pain and disappointment, unexpected happiness can still appear. Today, we are breaking down the latest drama from The Young and the Restless, Billy's shocking discovery, Jack Abbott's emotional reaction, Lily's fight for Chancellor, Sally's growing concerns, and the secrets that could explode across Genoa City. Stay with us, because the final moments could reveal why this storyline is becoming one of the most emotional conflicts in recent YNR history. The world of The Young and the Restless has always been built around one powerful idea: family's secrets never stay buried forever. In Genoa City, every victory comes with a price, every secret creates consequences, and every discovery has the power to change lives forever. Right now, Billy Abbott finds himself standing at the center of a storm. What began as a fight over business has transformed into something much deeper. This is no longer just about Chancellor. This is about history, loyalty, family pride, and the search for answers that have been hidden for far too long. Billy has always believed that protecting the Abbott name is his responsibility. Even when others criticize his choices, Billy feels he is fighting for something bigger than himself. But the biggest question is whether Billy is truly fighting for justice or whether his emotions are controlling his decisions. Because sometimes the hardest truth to accept is that the answer you discover may not be the answer you wanted. Billy Abbott has never been a character who walks away from a challenge. When Billy believes something is wrong, he fights with everything he has. That passion has made him one of the most unpredictable members of the Abbott family. But it has also caused problems throughout his life. Billy's determination can become an obsession. His desire to fix things can sometimes create even bigger problems. And now, with Chancellor at the center of his attention, those same patterns are beginning to appear again. Billy believes he has uncovered information that could change the entire situation. For him, this is not just a corporate opportunity. It represents years of frustration, unanswered questions, and the feeling that his family's legacy has been overlooked. But while Billy sees himself as someone correcting history, Lily and Kane see the situation very differently. They believe they are protecting their own future. They believe Chancellor represents their family's journey and everything they have built. And that creates a conflict where nobody wants to admit they could be wrong. The possibility of a major DNA discovery has created an emotional storm because DNA stories in soap operas are never just about science. They're about identity. They're about belonging. They're about answering questions that characters have carried inside for years. A DNA result has the power to completely rewrite relationships. It can turn strangers into family. It can turn enemies into allies. And it can force people to confront emotions they have been avoiding. For Billy, discovering the truth could be a life-changing moment. Imagine believing you understand your family history, only to suddenly learn there is another side to the story. Imagine realizing that someone you considered an opponent may actually have a deeper connection to you than you ever expected. That kind of revelation would not only affect Billy, it would affect everyone around him. Jack Abbott has always been the heart of the Abbott family. Through decades of conflict, heartbreak, and betrayal, Jack has remained the person who tries to protect the people he loves. Jack understands that family is complicated. He knows that bloodlines matter, but he also knows that love and loyalty can be even stronger. If Billy receives shocking news about his family connections, Jack could find himself facing one of the most emotional moments of his life. A heartfelt conversation between Jack and Lily could remind everyone that behind the business battles and corporate fights are real people dealing with real emotions. Jack has always wanted the Abbott family to stay united. But keeping a family together becomes difficult when old wounds reopen and new truths come to light. The question is whether this revelation will bring everyone closer or create another painful division. While Billy is focused on his mission, Sally Spectra is starting to see something that worries her. Sally knows Billy better than most people. She understands his passion, his determination, and his desire to prove himself. But she also knows how dangerous it can become when Billy becomes too focused on winning. Sally does not want to stop Billy from fighting for what he believes in. She wants him to succeed. She wants him to feel respected. But she also wants him to understand that not every battle is worth sacrificing everything. Sally's concern comes from a place of love. She sees the warning signs. She sees Billy becoming consumed by the conflict. And she fears that when the dust settles, Billy may realize he lost more than he gained. While the Abbott family faces emotional chaos, Tracy Abbott is experiencing a completely different kind of story. Tracy has spent years supporting others, carrying family responsibilities, and helping people through difficult moments. But now, she is allowing herself to enjoy life. A night out with friends becomes a reminder that happiness can return when people least expect it. Her connection with new possibilities shows that Tracy is not simply living in the past. She is creating a new future. The moments between Tracy, Christine, and Nina highlight the importance of friendship. Sometimes, after years of heartbreak, the smallest moments of happiness become the most meaningful. The Chancellor battle continues to become more intense as Lily refuses to give up. For Lily, this fight is personal. She believes Chancellor is more than a company. It represents family, history, and the future. Kane stands beside her, but their partnership also creates challenges. Not everyone trusts Kane's involvement. Devon continues to question whether emotions are influencing decisions. This conflict shows one of the strongest themes in The Young and the Restless. Family members can love each other deeply and still end up on opposite sides. The question is whether this battle will permanently damage relationships or eventually force everyone to understand each other. Meanwhile, Adam Newman recognizes that every major conflict creates opportunities. The Chancellor situation is not staying private. Once business battles become public, controlling the outcome becomes much harder. Adam understands how powerful information can be. A single secret, can change everything. A single announcement can destroy alliances, and a single decision can create enemies that last for years. As the drama continues, one thing becomes clear. Nobody in Genoa City will walk away unchanged. Billy may believe he has finally found the truth, but the truth has consequences. Jack may be forced to confront emotions he never expected. Lily and Kane may have to fight harder than ever to protect what they believe belongs to them. Sally may have to decide how much she is willing to sacrifice for Billy. And Tracy's new beginning reminds everyone that even after difficult chapters, life can still surprise you. The biggest question remains: will this revelation bring the Abbott family closer together, or will it create the biggest family conflict they have ever faced? What do you think? Is Billy finally discovering the truth he has been searching for? Do you believe Jack's emotional reaction could change everything? And should Sally continue standing beside Billy, or is she right to worry about where this path is leading? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more The Young and the Restless updates, dramatic breakdowns, and storyline discussions. It would affect everyone around him. Jack Abbott has always been the heart of the Abbott family. Through decades of conflict, heartbreak, and betrayal, Jack has remained the person who tries to protect the people he loves. Jack understands that family is complicated. He knows that bloodlines matter, but he also knows that love and loyalty can be even stronger. If Billy receives shocking news about his family connections, Jack could find himself facing one of the most emotional moments of his life. A heartfelt conversation between Jack and Lily could remind everyone that behind the business battles and corporate fights are real people dealing with real emotions. Jack has always wanted the Abbott family to stay united. But keeping a family together becomes difficult when old wounds reopen and new truths come to light. The question is whether this revelation will bring everyone closer or create another painful division. While Billy is focused on his mission, Sally Spectra is starting to see something that worries her. Sally knows Billy better than most people. She understands his passion, his determination, and his desire to prove himself. But she also knows how dangerous it can become when Billy becomes too focused on winning. Sally does not want to stop Billy from fighting for what he believes in. She wants him to succeed. She wants him to feel respected. But she also wants him to understand that not every battle is worth sacrificing everything. Sally's concern comes from a place of love. She sees the warning signs. She sees Billy becoming consumed by the conflict. And she fears that when the dust settles, Billy may realize he lost more than he gained. While the Abbott family faces emotional chaos, Tracy Abbott is experiencing a completely different kind of story. Tracy has spent years supporting others, carrying family responsibilities, and helping people through difficult moments. But now, she is allowing herself to enjoy life. A night out with friends becomes a reminder that happiness can return when people least expect it. Her connection with new possibilities shows that Tracy is not simply living in the past. She is creating a new future.